Hello, everybody, and welcome to this video where today we're going to talk about the changes to Amazon and the changes to Kindle and the changes to your library and how you are going to interact with the books that you own through Amazon from here on out. Okay? By the time this video goes live, I'm going to assume that most people on BookTube have made this video. Okay. But for those of you who watch this channel and aren't in the BookTube community or anything like that, this might be the first you're hearing about it. So basically, what's going on is that secretly and quietly, without really saying anything to anybody, Amazon has decided to not let anybody know, but they are going to make it to where you can only access the books, the ebooks you buy from Amazon on Kindle. So, the days of downloading them to your computer are gone. So, what this means is that this goes back to you not really owning the digital books that you have purchased. Now, my guess is that Amazon has been wanting to do this for a really long time, and they were afraid of the blowback. But now, because so many people consume everything through streaming services that they do not own, I feel like Amazon's maybe if we just come like a thief in the night, no one will even know we were there. Okay. So there are multiple sides of this. One, I think if Amazon was going to do this, what they should have done is let everybody know that this was something that was going to happen, and then make it easy for you to download that book onto your computer or your library of books onto your computer. Because some of you buy so many books on Amazon, like ebooks, that it's we're talking thousands of books that Amazon is now expecting you, if you want to keep physical digital copies of these books, you have to go in and save each one individually. And if you have been like me reading ebooks on Amazon since freaking 2012, that's going to be a lot of books. Okay? I do not have, I don't know. I don't know if I have it in me to go through all the way back to 2012 and download all those books. The other thing is that a lot of those books I probably already have on a hard drive somewhere. On top of that, I was a pirate for a long time, folks. So, I would just pirate books. So I'm going to kind of look at this as a wash for most stuff. I'm going to go in and get some stuff that I don't have pirated copies of. I'm not going to fucking lie. But classics and stuff like that, and out of print stuff and shit from a long ass time ago and stuff like that, I just pirated. Because if you remember, maybe I'll do another video on this again since it's been so long, I think the used bookstore is just as bad as pirating. And some of you might say, guffaw. But it's the publisher doesn't get any money for those books. The author doesn't get any money for those books. The only people who are getting money for those books is the people who own the shop. And in fact, if you think about it, a used bookstore is even worse than a pirate site, because the pirate site's not making any money on you getting the ebooks, but the used bookstore owner is making money off of someone else's art. You know what I'm saying? You have until February 26th to download all these books, okay? One at a time. And then after that, if you buy any books on Amazon, you will only be able to read them on your Kindle, or probably, I don't know, the Kindle app on your computer, or your phone. So since this is an issue and a lot of people feel like if they paid money to own something, they should fucking own it. Here's a couple things I'm going to throw out at you, at least for the future. Okay. Like we all knew going in back in 2012 when the gold rush happened and this became a thing. People were bitching about this because you don't own a digital product. Okay? This was the big fight everybody had back then. So the thing is that we all knew back then that this day was going to come. That one day something was going to happen and poof. Like we don't own these things anymore. And it was like we were just renting them. Okay? So with that said, moving forward, I would say just get on KU. Kindle Unlimited. If you have Netflix and you like it, if you have Spotify and you like it, if you have any other streaming service and you like it, just get KU. And if the books you want to read aren't in KU, buy a paperback. And then you own that fucking book. Okay? But, like, this idea that we're going to, like, buy the right to license a book to read digitally for almost the same amount as you pay for a KU membership, just do the KU membership. Now, the problem with this is that a lot of authors who make the majority of their living off of Amazon, this is where the pivots are going to come in. Because once people realize I don't really own this, I'm just going to do KU, their ebook sales are going to like drop a lot, and they're going to have to like really go hard in either paperback or Kindle Unlimited page turns. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different, and that probably won't actually rear its head until June, because for most ebook authors, let's say, like the end of December into January, and then May and June. Those are the two big times a year for ebook sales. People stocking their Kindles up for the summer. Maybe this summer people don't stock their Kindles up. Maybe this summer people get gifted KU memberships. So like, I don't know. So from an author standpoint, that's what's happening there. And I would just say to you, focus on paperbacks, like building your own paperbacks, or go wide and don't rely on Amazon. But every day that goes by, we have to rely on Amazon more and more. So it's just like, whatever. But for those of you who are readers, just get into KU or buy paperbacks. It's going to save you money. And then when they take a book out that you really like, you're not going to be so mad because you're already used to that when you like a show on Netflix and then they take that show away. Like you don't fucking throw a huge hissy fit. Like, oh my God, they took Seinfeld off Netflix. Ah! Like I paid $9.99 a month for this. I want my fucking Seinfeld. Like, I don't think you do that. So let's just say. But like, there's been other things like Ollie brought this up too about like the things. And this is one of the things as a writer I love about ebooks is like if you wrote a book and there's a bunch of errors in it, you can go in and fix them. And those fixed new books are going to be put on other people's devices. It'll download the new version. That's awesome. But in his defense or not his defense, but his argument, there are books that you buy to have a certain version of that book. And then if they deem, I don't know exactly what he was talking about, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he's probably talking about when people decide this is not PC enough. Like we need to like change the wording of these things so people don't get upset. And then they change that. And then you're stuck with an ebook of I don't know. But then at the same point, like, we all knew that this could happen. And if you didn't know, here's your fucking lesson. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is. And there's times when if you didn't download, and I've done this too from when I changed pen names. Like, I would take a book down off of Amazon, and unless you downloaded that book, when I took it off, it went bye-bye. Like, that just disappeared off your Kindle. You know? It's not the best method in the world, but you also had the opportunity to download it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that this idea of you not owning the digital product is new. It's that Amazon, because Amazon, again, was first at all of this stuff. Amazon was the first company really doing like a digital download delivery thing, and then making an apparati for us to read said digital things or consume said digital things, you know? And then once people started doing it and reinventing the wheel, Amazon was trapped. And they tried to, they used to do the Kindle online lending library or whatever. That didn't go swimmingly, but and then they launched KU. And dude, seriously, like, again, for those of you who don't remember this, if you were an author during this time when KU launched, people freaked out, like authors, because that totally changed the dynamic. And a lot of people, including yours truly, when Kindle Unlimited came out, our revenue dropped significantly. Okay? Because like we were now getting paid per page turn instead of per book. And if you were like me and wrote serials or published short stories, you know, even though we weren't selling those for a lot, but when you, like, you're just doing like I don't know, anywhere from 50 to 100 pages for a serial or something like that, or like 15 pages for a short story for $1, you know, but now you're getting like 3 cents a page turn, you know, like your income changes. And it wasn't 3 cents a page turn when it started. It was way lower. And I think now it's actually maybe a little higher. But when it started, it was like maybe a penny, a half a penny a page turn. It was shit. So it's like Amazon's been trying to figure out how to solve the problem that they created like for the last decade. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually surprised it took them this long to do it. But here we are, and now it's happening. You have until February 26th to download all of your ebooks that you have paid good hard money for onto your computer or onto a hard drive. Now, my question to you is, because this is what I've seen with people. Once you download these books, I'm not saying all of you do this, but once you download these books, I guarantee that most of you will forget they even exist if you don't have them like on your Kindle, like ready to go. Okay? Because it's out of sight, out of mind. The reason why we read on a Kindle is because of ease, is because of the ability to do it quickly. This is just so simple. I will do this. The second somebody says to you, oh, like, if those aren't already on there, if you don't have them like queued up or downloaded or whatever, you're going to have to do all this other shit. You're not going to fucking do it. You probably aren't going to do it. How many times have you read a book on your computer? It's hard. You want to know why? Because the screen's different and it hurts your eyes. So how many times have you read a book? Like, let's say you decided you weren't going to use a Kindle anymore, but you had all these ebooks. Are you going to read them on your computer? I doubt it. You will probably start reading it on the computer and then go, fuck, this sucks. I'm going to go on Amazon and order the paperback. You know what I'm saying? So yes, like there's a part of us that like is super pissed that like yet another thing of ours that we paid money for is being taken from us. But it was always going to be taken from us. At any point, it could have been taken from us. At any point, it could have been changed, modified, made bigger, made smaller, made different. What pissed me off was when I would buy a book, like if there were like a couple different versions of a book, and I bought the one because I liked a book cover more than this book cover, and then they changed the book cover. That would drive me absolutely crazy. And then I'd be stuck with some book with some ugly ass book cover. That like aesthetically like sends my OCD into like hysterics when I'm scrolling through my like Kindle and then I see this nasty ass ugly book cover. I'm like, who, like someone needs to get fired for this. This is stupid. But this was always the case. This was always going to happen. But now it's nut time and we got to fucking do it. Okay. So go into your Amazon account, go look at your books. And then, on the right, you have this thing like more options, manually download each one, and you have to do it individually. So believe me, like for those of you who have tons of books on Kindle, and you've been buying ebooks since like 2011, like 2010, 2011, like I am so sorry. This is going to be a very disgusting, stressful time. You might have to like pick what you want and what you are willing to get rid of. That's what I'm going to do. Like there are definitely books I want, and others that I just don't give a shit about. Honestly, I almost wish that, and this is going to sound stupid, but I almost wish Amazon would like do like a purge. Like, you have this amount of time and then we're just going to delete every book off of your thing and you'll never see it again. Unless you click to make sure this stays on your Kindle. Because, dude, there are so many books I have that I don't want, I never wanted, that I just like downloaded the free thing of just to try it, and it's garbage. And I know I can go through and delete each book, whatever. But man, just one big master swoop from Big Brother would be nice every once in a while. Am I right? Give me a hell yeah. So don't freak out. I know it's crazy. I know it sucks. But this is like, again, if you want to own stuff, you have to buy physical copies. Because this is always the case. It will always be the case. And pretty soon, I'm guessing, I'm trying to figure out how this would work. I think the only reason why Amazon still does ebooks at all is because KU isn't making enough money yet. And people are still, I don't want to say dumb enough, but people are still silly enough to spend over $10 for an ebook. So I don't know. Like until that changes, we will still have the opportunity to buy a license agreement to read a digital product. And then once that like goes the way of the buffalo, like everything's just going to be streaming. Amazon doesn't want to have to keep doing this. They would rather have Prime be KU. They probably don't even want KU. They probably just would rather have everything be like absorbed into Prime. That'd probably be like the best thing for them. But whatever, you know, they completely dropped the ball on Vela and it wasn't a hard ball, like idiots. I almost think that there are certain things Amazon does in the hopes it will fail. So that could be like their tax write-off for that year. So speaking of physical copies of books that you could purchase and not have to worry about them ever being taken away from you ever again, if you go over to mattwallart.com, you can pick up Winter Your Mom's Sodomy Prize for Poetry, The End of Everything. Both of these are signed and numbered. The End of Everything's almost out. And then you could get some chapbooks. Also limited edition, like extra, me as an action figure. And Until I Take It Down, Los Angeles and Panic. I got to take these down. I'm going to take these down today, guys. These are only going to be available today, and then they're gone forever. They're going to be gone forever, like your ownership rights to your ebooks. And then February's books that will be up until March 1st, Poems Over Pussy, the last 4 copies of Type Hard, the namesake of this channel, maybe. Okay? So get yo ass over to mattwallart.com and pick up all of these physical copies of physical books that will never be taken away from you, except when I take them off the store so you can't buy them anymore. Okay? And that's not me taking them away from you. It's me taking them away from us. Okay? Hearts, guys. I know this is a hard time, and I know a lot of us are upset. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. It's just another freaking horrible thing that has happened in the year of our Lord, 2025. Okay? Type hard, everybody. Join the crew down below, and I will talk to you all later.